Okay, this is for Stargazer on YouTube that asked me if I would show how I made this pocket-size bow drill set. Now I'm using some jute twine, the thicker one. You don't have to use the thicker one. And I put this in a plastic bag and wound it around so it just keeps everything together. You can use the jute twine for your nest, for the nest in your bow drill. So here's the pieces. And Stargazer, just because you asked, it's really Stargazer 131,000 on YouTube. I'm going to give this set to you. What I used is 2 pieces of yucca. You don't have to use yucca wood, but it's nice and easy to use. And so I use that. And they're around, and I have my tape here, they're around 7 inches long. And then the set, the bow is the part that's more complicated. And what you do, you use a 1/2 inch PVC pipe, the thicker pipe, not the thin walled pipe, and then a 1/2 inch oak dowel. Now you don't have to use oak, but use a hardwood because then it's stronger. And what I did, I beveled off a little bit of this so that when you stick it inside the tube, it goes in about 1 inch, about that far. So that's what you want. Now the length of this is regular paracord, and the length of it is probably, I'd start off with probably 20 inches. And what I did is I drilled 3 holes in the PVC pipe. I'll tell you why in a second. And 1 hole in the wooden dowel. And I used actually it's a 9/64 bit, I think, somewhere around in there. Anywhere around the 1/8, 9/64, 10/64, whatever. You don't want the holes to be too big, but you want it so you can put the paracord in. Now I use regular paracord, but if you're going to make this yourself, I would suggest getting this 1/8 inch paracord. It'll go in the holes a lot easier, and it won't last as long as the regular paracord. I got this at REI, but any 1/8 inch paracord is pretty strong. This happens to be reflective. And what I did, I made this handhold for you as well, Stargazer, and this has a bearing inside. But what I would do when you get it, when I send it to you, is sand this off better, make it smaller, maybe cut it down a little bit more, because in my kit somebody gifted me one of these, and you put this in your hand, and it's a lot smaller to put in your pocket. So size this down if you want to. But the hard part is the drilling the holes. I use my I can't think now, the drill that's right up there. Anyway, drill the holes and try to make them fairly close together, and try to be in a straight line. These quite aren't all in a straight line. The hard part is threading them through the PVC pipe, and I got a little trick for that. What you do, you take your paracord and you pull the ends off like so. You cut it, and then you get the 8 strands in there, and you pull it about 1.5 inches to 2 inches, and cut those strands like that. And then run your hand back like this, take a light of some sort, and then smash it down and cut it so you have a nice kind of a narrow pointed part on your paracord right there. so you can push it through the holes, these holes right here, a lot easier. And I use a bead reamer to kind of push them through, but you're going to find with regular paracord it's going to be a little hard to do, but you'll get it. I like using regular paracord because it's stronger. The 1/8 inch paracord will be a lot easier to push through. Okay, the 3 holes is really important, and probably a lot of people saw it, but what you do when you start actually putting the cord through, you start at the farthest hole here, run it through, back through the second hole, back through the third hole, and then you got this situation. Stick the end in your little loop there and pull down. Now that's your adjustment part on your bow. And then put the other end through the dowel and do 2 half hitches, tie it off, and you got her. Now when you put these together like this, you want the 2 tied ends to be parallel to each other. I'll push it in good. And when you get through, you probably want about that much flexed out, like so. And that usually goes around a 1/2 inch to a 3/4 inch. You'll see it's a little bit too tight, so all I got to do is take and loosen this up a little bit. Loosen that, pull some through like this, and then tighten it back up. And then try it again. There we go. And then get this all cleared off here. I got a few other things to let you know, some tricks here. But then you'd put it in and go to town and start doing your bow drill on this. And that would be all. So this is the set right here. This is a little big, and so when you get a Stargazer, size it down. Sand it down, cut it around a little bit smaller, do what you want. I left it big so you had a choice. So you use scissors. I use a needle nose pliers to pull the cord through. It's kind of hard to see once you get one cord through the end here how the other end's going to go. So it's a little bit of work to get the cord through this PVC pipe. No problem on this end, of course, with the wood dowel. I used a hacksaw to cut the PVC pipe, and just a plain old saw to cut the dowel. And that's all you have to really worry about. When you make this set, don't take too much off at one time. Keep taking off a little bit, putting it in, and see how it goes. And like I said, you want it to go in about 1 inch. And it doesn't have to be exactly 1 inch, but it needs to be close to that. And of course, when you get this on here, you don't want this dowel rotated, say like this, because then you got, well, let me rotate it some more, exaggerate it. Now, so you got this end here, but then it goes and wraps around the dowel over here. So you want the dowel put in so that when you pull up, these 2 connections are right in line with each other. So a little hint there, and golly, that's about it. The hardest part is drilling the holes, and I didn't use a hand drill. I used the desktop drill. I can't think of the stupid name right now, but anyway, I put it down and drill the holes that way. About 1/8 inch holes will be about the right size to a little bit larger. And then, like I said, start threading the paracord in the end one first, around, back through the second one, back through the third one, and then you got this little loop here that, and I'll exaggerate it so you can see it better, and you want to put it in underneath the loop that's sticking up and then pull down. And then to adjust it, you can pull and tug to get the right tension on your bow. This is probably a little bit loose now. And I always hold on to the PVC pipe because it's a little bit longer. Oh, and that's what I forgot to tell you. You need to make the PVC pipe 7 inches, and I made the dowel about 6.5 inches to make it come out so it's just about the right size of bow that you can still, stick in your pocket. So wrap it around like that, put your pieces together. Of course, I haven't burned this in. I'm gonna let you do that, Stargazer, and get some kind of a handheld thing. It doesn't have to be this. It can be anything that could fit in your pocket. I put it in a plastic bag just because it contains the whole thing, and then you won't lose any pieces like that. Kind of wrap it around and stick it in your pocket. And I probably have to bend down to show there, but it all fits in real nicely. I have a video if you want to look it up right before this, not long before this, showing me using this and actually making a fire. But don't forget to wrap it up and get some jute cord. You can get the heavier jute cord from department stores in the sewing area, oddly enough, and it's easier to use than the thinner cord is all. It's just my idea. But anyway, that's the pocket-sized bow drill set, and hopefully I said enough and told you enough. 7 inches for the dowel, PVC pipe, and around, what did I say? Golly, this video, I'm acting like a stupid jerk here. 7 inches for the PVC pipe and 6.5 for the oak dowel. Use some kind of hardwood because a softer wood might bend too much and break. And drilling your holes is a lot more solid. And whatever hand pull type thing you want to use, like I say, make it smaller than this. Mine is this small. One of the guys on the Bushcraft forum, USA forum, gave me this, and it's really nice. I left the lanyard on just for right now, but you could have just that small of a size. Anyway, I'm babbling on, but Stargazer, thanks for asking, and I'll send this to you. You give me your address. And other people on YouTube that's watching this, they're pretty easy to make, and then you just do it the normal bow drill type way. Thank you for listening.